Welcome to Unfiltered. Guess what? It's the week before Christmas. Can you believe it? Oh man, it's coming on so fast. I haven't even started my Christmas shopping yet. Tuesday night? Maybe I'll wait till Friday, Saturday maybe? I don't know. I'll get it done though. Don't worry. I wasn't here last week. Let's talk a little bit first, before we get into the fun holiday stuff. Let's talk a little bit first about some political stuff that's in the news, whether it's fake or real or whatever. Hacking. Let's talk about hacking, because this is a funny thing that, you know, just over the past 10 years or so has become a real thing. The news is the Russians hacked the election, somehow got Donald Trump elected. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I don't know how to hack a computer. But I have seen TV commercials lately for toys aimed at preschoolers that teach kids coding. Coding, that's computer language for all you people like me who are old. Coding is the language that they use to program computers. Now let me tell you what, mister. If you start teaching a kid how to program a computer at 3 years old and you don't think that by the time he's 16, he'll be capable of hacking into anything, you're a little short up there. The problem is that it's easy for those that know how to run these machines. We're talking about privacy issues. You know, we live in a society where your private life is your private life until you start putting it on the computer. Once you start putting crap on the computer, it's out there. And it's available for anyone. And I believe there's a true danger, whether it's privacy issues or whether it's national security, when it comes to these machines right here. Computers. Let me tell you, medical records could never be hacked in the 70s. Well, they could, but somebody actually had to break into the files room and steal the files. You know, mail was stolen. I'm pretty sure of it all the way back, probably as long as there's been mail. Mail has been stolen. So you can't even say that, you know, if you write a letter and you send it to somebody, that can't get hacked, because somebody could steal the letter and read the letter. Back in the early days, the government would combat this by encrypting everything, you know, making these elaborate codes. You know, every third word is wrong, or every third word belongs where the second word's supposed to be. You know, weird ciphers, you know, that only the sender and the receiver knew. And that's the only way to keep a secret. Computers, yes, any country can hack into our computers just the same as we, the U.S. government, can hack and probably has hacked into other government computer systems. The Russians, the Chinese, the North Koreans, they're not the only ones. Anybody with access to a computer and the knowledge of code and how computers are programmed is capable of being a hacker. So, don't look at the crimes where every day we're just bolstering, making it easier and easier and easier for people to take our identities, for people to take anything they want because we've got computers. And these days, anybody with a 12th grade education is probably capable of hacking. When you start a kid on a computer at 3, hell, you start world-class athletes at 3 years old. Teach a kid how to ski at 3. By the time he's 25, 26, 27, he's in the Olympics. Beautiful. Teach a kid computer programming when he's 3, and guess what? He's the next guy. It's unbelievable. So, yesterday being Monday, the Electoral College did its thing. And again, President-elect Trump garnered enough electoral votes to win the presidential election. On January 20th, he will be sworn in as president. You Dems better suck it up. And you better calm the hell down. Because your violent protests and your looting and plundering makes you nothing but common criminals. That's right, you're not high and mighty, you're common criminals. Again, I believe I talked about it last week. Protesting, when it comes to protesting, your rights to protest should not impede my rights to go about my life. And I'm getting up near retirement age, and if I came across a group of protesters stretched out across a highway, I ain't stopping. My parents taught me to stay the hell out of the highways and off the highways. If your parents didn't tell you to stay out of traffic, that's your problem. All right, anyway. It's just little stuff like that that bugs the crap out of me. We've got an incredible invention here that we've opened up to the world, this whole, modern information age with the computer and Google and Yahoo, if you want to, take your chances on getting hacked there. Again, Yahoo's been dealing with computer security for years and years and years, however long they've been around. They just got hacked for like millions of names. And account information and everything. Nobody's safe. It's a great tool. I don't understand why, the education system hasn't switched more to computer learning than actual, time in school. Again, so many learning opportunities on the computer. If you need to learn how to do anything, pull up YouTube. You don't even have to go to a real, there are places like lynda.com, creativelive.com, places like that offer courses for sale. You could go on YouTube, type in what you want to know how to do, and somewhere out there in the world, somebody that knows how to do that probably has shared a video on how to do just what you're looking to do. You know, maybe it's not the best form of education, but once you get up, you know, up in age, I mean, granted, you can, apparently toys can teach you how to code. So maybe all we should do is give kids toys that they can learn from. You know, they don't have to go to school here. Give them a toy that teaches them how to code. Give them a book or a little reading book, computer program that teaches them how to read. You can do anything. Sorry, all you teachers, you'll have to find other jobs. Maybe making videos about how to do stuff. Hey, that's enough. I'm done. I'm done with the rants. I've given you what I'm going to give you this week. Sorry, you'll have to come back after the first of the year. We'll get into a whole bunch of fun, crazy rants because, you know, I just can't stop thinking about crazy stuff. But right now, seeing as how it's the week before Christmas, let me give you some Christmas stuff. I know some of you folks have been seeing the old Ghost of Christmas Past that I've been airing with the clips from when I looked really horrible and back with the long hair. But I did some funny bits back then. This year, though, I've been using the fact site, thefactsite.com. And it's got lists and it's got, you know, a lot of fun content on that page. So I've got, is 100, again, 100 festive facts to get you ready for Christmas. I'm not going to do 100 of them because we don't have the time. But I'm going to give you a bunch of these great Christmas facts because, you know, I know you folks like facts, and I like to be educational as well as controversial. So here we go with some educational facts. Gather the children around the TV. Dust the sugar plums out of their heads. Oh, before we get into this, let me talk real quick about holidays, because this is another thing that's been bugging me for a long time. The whole political correctness stuff, the happy holidays as opposed to Merry Christmas. Here are the facts, as seen by me. I say Merry Christmas. I was raised Christian, well, Episcopalian, but I think that's still Christian. We believe in Christ, so I guess that's Christian. I was raised Episcopalian, stopped going to church after I realized how boring it was. But I was raised Christian with Christian holidays. I don't feel excluded from Hanukkah. If somebody came up to me and said Happy Hanukkah, I would say thank you right back at you. It wouldn't bother me. Holidays, and this is weird because the government shouldn't be involved in holidays. A lot of the holidays that we celebrate are religious holidays, specific to certain religions. Again, a lot of Christians don't feel excluded from Rosh Hashanah. You know, I'm not sorry that I didn't have to do the whole bar mitzvah thing and the bris thing and all that. You know, I don't feel excluded. It's not my religion. That's somebody else's religion. I don't get mad if they want to celebrate it. Although if we had, you know, work holidays for every actual holiday, we had a day off for every actual holiday that's celebrated everywhere, nobody would ever have to work again. Because I'm pretty sure you can find a holiday for every single day of the year in some cultures. So we've got this whole political correctness thing around Christmas. Some of you may see where I'm going with this. Why isn't there any controversy surrounding the 4th of July? Or how about VE Day or VJ Day? No controversy surrounding those. Guess what? The British don't celebrate the 4th of July, Independence Day. That's almost like a slap in the face to a British person. And the same with VE Day and the Germans. You know, anybody with German ancestry probably feels like crap on VED because that was when their ancestors lost or got killed or whatever. VJ Day, the same thing with the Japanese. We celebrate it. Yay, victory against the Japanese. But guess what? The Japanese aren't celebrating. And there's no controversy. We still say Happy Independence Day. We still say Happy VE Day. You know? Holidays are cultural. Holidays are religious. Holidays are national things. Each individual. Some people are going to be having big parties tomorrow. Because tomorrow's a holiday. You didn't know that, did you? Wednesday is a holiday. It's called solstice. It's the shortest day of the year. After tomorrow, the days start getting longer. Not longer than 24 hours, but the daylight starts getting longer. Yeah. That's why I always look forward to December 21st, because I know the next day things start getting better. We still have cool down coming because it's typically a fact that February is usually the coldest month. But, yeah. So just, you know, if you're Christian, say Merry Christmas. If you're Jewish, say Happy Hanukkah. If you're African American and you relate to Kwanzaa, say Happy Kwanzaa. Because we don't all wear signs on us that say what religion we are, you never know what to say to somebody else. Greet them with your holiday greeting. Let them greet you with their holiday greeting. If I say Merry Christmas and somebody says Happy Hanukkah, there we go. All right, let's get to some facts. The Christmas tree doesn't need to be thrown away every year. Some parts are edible, including the needles, which are a source of vitamin C. Vitamin C in evergreen, in Christmas tree needles. The holly inside a wreath actually represents Jesus' crown, and the red berries represent his blood. Okay. You like Christmas cards? It's a great Christmas card fact. In 2015, the world's first Christmas card, commissioned by Sir Henry Cole in 1843. That was the first Christmas card, and it was commissioned by Sir Henry Cole, 1843, sold for $10,513.84. In 2015, that was the first Christmas card ever commissioned, was sold for over $10,000. It was a hand-colored card, pictured a family drinking wine. Yeah. The Star of Bethlehem, that guided the wise men, it's believed to be a comet or Uranus that the wise men were following. Edward Johnson invented the first electrical tree lights in 1882. It was a great day for fire departments, let me tell you. Because before electrical lights were on Christmas trees, people used to put candles on Christmas trees. I know. Doesn't seem bright, does it? The first Christmas was supposedly held in York, UK in 521 AD. Yeah. Now about Christmas pudding. You've heard of Christmas pudding? Christmas pudding was initially a soup made with raisins and wine. Let's see some other ones. Maybe it's one of your favorite Christmas songs. It's one of my favorite Christmas songs, Jingle Bells. It was written in 1857, and it was actually written for Thanksgiving and was called On Horse Open Sleigh. Turkey wasn't always the Christmas go-to. England's traditional meal of choice was actually a pig's head and mustard. Imagine that. I've actually come up with the perfect Christmas dinner for this year. Shepherd's pie. Yep. I think it's spot on because there were shepherds there. So this year, we're having shepherd's pie at my house for Christmas. Maybe some angel food cake, just to top it off. Christmas spirit abounds. Santa Claus has worn many colors in his time, including blue, green, white, and red. The red suit came about when Coca-Cola had an advertisement campaign in the 30s. Yeah. Here you go. A lot of people don't know the day after Christmas is called Boxing Day in Canada. And the term Boxing Day is supposed to come from the money raised for the poor in church alms boxes. That's what Boxing Day is. Rudolph isn't as historical as we believe. It was actually created in 1938 by a U.S. marketing company. In the Czech Republics, Czech Republicans are very superstitious. A table at Christmas must be made of even numbers, otherwise the one without a partner will die. That's kind of weird. A white Christmas isn't as unlikely as we all think in the UK. Chances of a traditional English white Christmas are 1 in 10. Yeah, come on, load up. We'll give the computer a minute to... Come on, baby. We got some more interesting Christmas facts. Oh, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. Santa Claus flying in the sleigh was an image dreamt up by the same man who created the headless horseman. The image was made in 1819. So Santa Claus flying in the sleigh, dreamt up by the same guy that dreamt up the headless horseman. Interesting, huh? And just so you know, Rudolph's nose redness is hypothesized as a parasitic respiratory infection. Wow. That's a good one. In the U.S., there are 3 billion Christmas cards sold annually. The average Christmas tree will grow for 15 years before it's sold. Eggnog apparently derives from egg grog, which means an egg and rum drink. A Yule log, it's not that little fancy Swiss roll looking thing that you eat. A Yule log is actually a giant log that is burned during the 12 days of Christmas. Christmas was first recognized in the U.S. in 1836. the first state being Alabama. And the last state to recognize Christmas in the United States was Oklahoma in 1970. So the first state, Alabama, in 1836, and the last state, Oklahoma, in 1970 in the United States to recognize Christmas. Here's a great one. Some of you older folks might remember this. In the 1950s, church leaders in Boston tried to ban the song "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus" as it supposedly promoted physical intimacy, which apparently in the 50s was no, no, no. Shame, shame, shame. Many people believe that Christmas is a time with high suicide rates. The real facts show that springtime is worse than Christmas time for suicide rates. Yeah. Christmas trees are grown in all 50 states in the United States. Christmas tinsel. You know that annoying stuff that you lay, some people lay strand by strand over the branches to make your Christmas tree shimmer? That was originally made of lead, with little lead strips, until the government persuaded manufacturers to change it to plastic. For all you environmentalists who have gone out and swore that you won't cut down a real Christmas tree, you'll use an artificial tree instead. For an artificial tree to be more environmentally greener than a fresh tree, you would need to use it for 20 years. So think about that. If you want to be environmentally right, then use a real tree. I know it's a big pain. It's a pain in the butt for a real tree because you get the needles everywhere. Come on. Now it moves. In 1901, President Roosevelt banned Christmas trees in the White House. And with that, we know that Trump won't ban Christmas trees in the White House. That's for sure. That's all my time. I hope you all have a great Christmas and a wonderful New Year. We'll see you after the beginning of the year. If you watch on Facebook, share me. If you watch on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. You'll get every episode. Till next year. Peace.